Hi there. These comments are for MT. I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com. And you're doing some speaking practice. So you picked a speaking practice test from, I forgot, I think you got it from TPO somewhere, right? And let's see what it is. Please listen to evaluate score, provide feedback on my independent speaking practice test. Talk about an interesting book you have read. Explain why you thought the book was interesting. Give specific details and examples to explain your answers. This might not even be on the new TOEFL exam. Somebody's going to make a comment about it, I'm sure. But to me, it doesn't matter. If your speaking is good, no matter what the question is, you're going to do fine if you're fluent. Now, if you're trying to trick the TOEFL into thinking you have higher English skills than you actually do, then it's a whole different deal. But okay, let's see how you answered this particular question.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the third book written by J.K. Rowling in her Harry Potter series, is one of my favorite books in my childhood. I found it so interesting because it brought me into a fantastic imaginary world where I could find all kinds of mystery creatures, magical spells, and of course, our favorite sport, the Quidditch. Moreover, I used to imagine that at the age of 11, I could receive from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry an admission letter, which didn't come unfortunately, but the excited feeling of reading that interesting book still followed me even when I turned into my adulthood.
Wow. I like how you say things. Okay, let's take a look. I think I'm going to say at least 24 to 26 points. Let's listen to it one more time.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the third book written by J.K. Rowling in her
I like
Harry Potter
you say written by, so using that participial phrase there, which is good grammar to do that.
series, is one of my
Series. So you're not pronouncing that S
favorite
there.
book in my childhood.
It's one of the most favorite books in my childhood. So I think in your language, Chinese, you're not used to using the plural S, but we do use it in English. So try to remember that. So you're having some problems with your plural S ending.
I found it so interesting because it brought me into a fantastic imaginary world where I could find all kinds of mystery creatures, magical spells, and of course, our favorite sport, the Quidditch.
Yeah, our favorite sport's Quidditch. Now, I like the tone. You had rising tone after each item in the series there, so that was very effective.
Moreover,
You're speaking pretty natural. You're changing your tone, which is good. And I like how you're not just saying, well, I have two reasons why I like this book. Everybody's already said that. You're not doing that. You have a unique way to explain your ideas, but you still connect everything together without using a memorized template. That's what makes your speaking different from a lot of the students I work with right now. Anybody watching at YouTube, move away from templates. Templates, they're crutches. You depend on them to communicate. What are you going to do when you finish the TOEFL exam? You can't rely on templates. So do what she's doing. Use original English, use the grammar that you're familiar with, and use that to help explain your ideas without having to memorize other people's sentences and how you should or should not perform during the speaking section of the TOEFL exam.
I used to imagine that at the age of 11, I could receive from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry an admission letter, which didn't come unfortunately, but the excited feeling of reading that interesting book still followed me even when I turned into my adulthood.
Good. So I think overall this is a good strong response. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put you at 25 to 27 points. Yes, you had some minor problems with grammatical word endings, especially the plural S, maybe 3 times. You had some problems with that, but these are more systematic errors. I don't see those errors as bringing down your score consequently. So I think you had a nice organization. I liked the examples and the details. Most importantly, you're speaking with fluidity of expression. You're speaking during the whole response. I think you're doing a good job on that. All right, so I'm going to put you at 25 to 27 points on this practice test.